much. My name is OTUTEYE, MP for Sege Constituency. Yes, concerning this COVID-19, really, it's really a big bother to me as well as the nation and the whole world. And there have been so many steps taken locally here in Sege Constituency to check the spread or to check or fight against the invasion of COVID-19 within the Sege constituency. But initially, when it started in some almost 3 months ago or 2 months ago, I bought these items, sanitizers, Veronica buckets, mouth covers or nose covers or face masks, and also hand gloves and others, so many I can't recollect all. And I started with all the health centers, the polyclinics, and I visited, made sure I donated to them these items, because I know for sure when there should be a suspect, the first place of call will be the clinics or the polyclinics. And for the fact that they need to work on the people, there must be those items available. So I quickly procure and move myself with a medical doctor called Dr. Lade. And we went around the health centers, donated, gave education to Okada boys market, men and women, and all that lorry stations and all that places of where people converge for discussions groups. We visited them, we gave them education on the COVID. That was the initial stage, and also presented these items. But it was very important and essential that hand washing must be fated, very crucial. So having noticed that, I procure close to 190 something Veronica buckets, visited every community myself. By then, the assembly had presented to the communities the one that they received through local government, and I visited the communities to check the way they are making good use of those ones, and also know the challenges. While I did those visitations and check, I also donate to them additional ones. I donated additional ones to them to also help them to really do proper hand washing and other items. Not only give them soaps, gave them tissue papers, sanitizers, all this to help them. So I visited almost all the community as we speak. Radio to communicate to the people in the local dialect, educate them, explain to them, really let them understand, because people think this is a story or an announcing story for which is not real. But really, for us who really are everywhere and knowing the situation, we know it's true. So we have to convince them, talk to them. The youth who are very inquisitive sometimes ask MP, where are the people? And really, I need to let them know they are there. And unfortunately for us, within our constituency, in the last week, we have recorded some number of COVID-19 patients. Unfortunately, we have, as we speak, at hand 3 patients in Sege constituency, which is even, excuse me to say, an evidence to what people are doubting. So it's unfortunate, and these people have been transferred to the treatment center in Accra areas. So they are working on them, and we are seriously doing contact tracing to see people that they might have infested before moving or before taking them away. And in fact, as a result of resources or logistical challenges facing the disease control team, we had a crunch meeting in assembly recently last week, for which I was part, and I really assessed the assembly readiness and all other stakeholders. We met to see how best we could really, work together to control this very menace which is facing the spring town. Nigo Papram recorded some number of COVID-19 patients. We became very apprehensive, alarmed that, well, if your neighbor's house is on fire, then yours is the next. So as a result, we needed to put up or increase our effort to stop this thing. Yet we did all, but we still have some few this thing. So upon the crunch, at the end of the crunch meeting, I realized that the disease control unit who are doing the contact tracing and others were really in need of some few items like N95, because when they have to deal with a real person who is having the sickness, you cannot wear anything else to say you are treating the person. So they were complaining bitterly that they needed those N95 and money for transportation, so I had to donate to them 2,000 Ghana cedis, for which I asked that they should use some for N95, the face masks, and use some for the overall which they wear sometimes, and also 1,000 for the fuel in order to ease their transportation challenges. So that was done just last week in addition to all other efforts. As we speak currently, I have with me here a very big, huge material fabric for which I'm going to do a production of face mask close to 12,000 to 15,000 pieces. I've just engaged, had discussion with the Dressmakers Association. I have the Sege and the Coastal people. I merge the two because I want it to be a local production. I mean, give job to the seamstresses and the tailors. So we just had a meeting. I mean, we came to a conclusion how many can they work on within a week and the cost. So I'm going to produce over 12,000 to 15,000 pieces of face masks, because when you look at the trend, since the sickness is really novelty, I mean, a very new situation, nobody knows tomorrow how the whole thing transforms into. So right now, if there's that need for everyone to move with a face mask, and if for some reasons, particularly those in the remote areas who cannot easily get access to this, are sitting down and they have to come to bigger communities or move to their neighbor's house, they need to wear one. So I consider that very important to really help my community in order to. I know the quantity I'm saying is huge though, but it does not really take care of everybody. But at least Rome was not built in a day. So this is currently, or as we speak today, the area where I'm tackling. I really made them to know that they had to take good care of the items. So while I was really donating and inspecting the state of affairs of what they have, I really also donated soaps and tissue papers to replace those ones that have been finished. So this, and I still reminded and told them clearly that it's not about just washing your hands, but it's about observing the protocols. Social distancing crucial. Also, don't go out when you don't have anything important to do. That is very much, and I call them COVID-19 commandments. Social distancing, wear your face mask when you go out, hand washing, and finally, don't go out when you don't have anything important. So these are the COVID-19 commandments. I would have loved us not to go into elections and all that though, because first thing first, for now, what we have at hand is how to solve issues with COVID-19, how to fight it. And if we are not concentrating on this to fight this and there's no life, there will be no election. So for us to have life and think about the election, I would have loved that everybody everywhere must not politicize this and concentrate on how best we could resolve or solve this issue so that there's life for us and then we can move on to next. But once you have asked the question, well, as to whether there will be election or not, it's only God who knows, and that will depend on the situation of the COVID-19. But we also pray that it does not get out of hand, it's not out of control, so that we have the election. But me personally, when it comes to election issues, for now, I'm not thinking about election. I'm thinking about my health. I'm thinking about my survival. I'm thinking about my colleagues and my friends, their survivor. And once we all survive COVID-19, that is when we move into the next thing. I want to tell my constituents that we, those in charge, are helping. But then everybody can help in a small way. It's not only leaders, it's not only chiefs. And then finally, let me also thank my chiefs. I can't really do this without acknowledging and all the other chiefs under him. They are moved. They also came in fully to really support the communities, visited, educated, and really made them to understand that yes, it's not a fight about politics, but it's about ourselves. So we need to do it in a communal spirit. Some communities came together to contribute to help what we are doing. So I want to say that we must help each other. The situation is not about yourself. I've always said that if I have it, you are in danger. You, the next neighbor. If you, the next neighbor, you have it, I'm in danger. For that matter, whatever I will do to ensure that I don't have it and you don't have it is important. So let's help each other together. Everybody can contribute in one way or the other. If your colleague or your friend is doing the wrong thing about COVID-19, take the risk take the step, bold step, tell him, please, we don't go about it this way, so that we will all be safe, because the safety of our life, as the president has almost, he didn't say it, but after lifting out the restrictions or the lockdown restrictions, I think people has taken it to be that the sickness is gone, the disease is gone. For the fact that they say today you can go to a crime camp, unlike when initially we discovered nobody can move like that. That is what has misled people, thinking that the sickness is gone, and for that matter, you can go anywhere. Because today you can go to Constituency and come back if you can, before you cannot. So this is a portion which is misleading the people, and people think so. So it's rather about saying that your life is at your own hand. So please let us help each other. That's my biggest message. Help each other. Let us come along. Don't make sure you leave your friend and you are moving forward alone. I mean, let's do it together before we can really succeed. And also take seriously I call it the commandments of COVID-19. Stay at home, social distancing, wash hands as often as possible, and carry your face mask anywhere, anytime.